In Game 1 at Owen Field, we learned very little, besides maybe the fact that Chattanooga shouldn't be playing here. Game 2 figured to present a much sterner test for the Sooners, as Cincinnati came to town, a team with a stout defense and a dangerous offense. In front of more than 84,000 fans, OU wanted to prove that they could beat a real team, and the Bearcats wanted to dampen the Sooners' hopes for a championship season. Bob Stoops' boys came in looking for their 20th straight home win, and maybe a better workout than they got against the likes of Chattanooga. In his first appearance as a Sooner, it didn't take long for redshirt freshman Ryan Broyles to make an impact. On the first drive of the game, Broyles takes a Sam Bradford pass and speeds down the sideline for 31 yards, which led to the 27-yard touchdown pass from Bradford to Broyles on the very next play. OU led 7-0 under 2 minutes into the game and had driven 88 yards on only 7 plays. Meanwhile, throughout the game, redshirt freshman linebacker Travis Lewis was making his very own highlight film. Here he sacks Cincy quarterback Dustin Grutza to force the punt. Lewis finished with a career-high 12 tackles and 2 sacks. Midway through the first quarter, the Sooners made a return visit to the end zone. And while Jermaine Gresham may have dropped 2 sure touchdowns last week, he wasn't about to be denied on this 10-yard pass. OU led 14-0. And though Cincinnati was trying hard to get off the mat, sophomore defensive end Jeremy Beal just wouldn't leave Grutza alone. Beal had 1 sack and a career-high 10 tackles. OU coach Bob Stoops could get used to this. But alas, not everything was perfect for the home team. Bradford threw 2 picks, this one due to the unlucky bounce off a well-covered Joaquin Iglesias. Cincinnati took advantage, driving 71 yards, topping it off with a 14-yard touchdown pass from Grutza to Dominic Goodman. Bearcats missed the extra point and trailed only 21-13 at the half. But Sam and the Sooners came out firing. Bradford found Iglesias for the pretty 16-yard touchdown pass. Iglesias had 3 catches for 67 yards. OU had extended its lead to 15, 28-13, only 5.5 minutes into the second half. But wouldn't you know it, the Bearcats clawed their way back into the game once again, this time in one fail swoop, as Marty Gilliard took the Matt Moreland kickoff and cut, juked, and high-stepped his way 96 yards for the touchdown. If there was one area of concern for the Sooners, it was special teams. Gilliard returned 5 kickoffs for 246 yards. So with the Sooners up only 28-20 and facing a long third down deep in their own territory, came perhaps the most pivotal play of the game. Bradford admitted after the game he made a bad read and threw into double coverage, but it was the phenomenal freshman Ryan Broyles going up and bailing out Bradford with the clutch catch, good for 43-yard gain. Broyles had 7 catches for 141 yards. It's the most yards ever gained by a freshman receiver at OU. And the drive culminated with an 11-yard touchdown run by DeMarco Murray. OU led 35-20. Murray led the OU running attack with 88 yards on 15 carries. Then pivotal play number 2. On 4th and 7 from their own 22, the Bearcats faked the punt. But junior linebacker J.R. Bryan is there to break it up and almost get the interception. The very next play, Bradford finds his big tight end right over the middle. Gresham runs over safety D'Angelo Smith for the score. OU leads 42-20. Gresham had 7 catches for 93 yards and 2 scores. Bradford was 29 of 38 for 395 yards and 5 touchdowns. Sooners go on to win by a final of 52-26.
That we knew this was a big challenge. I mean, if we're not good and we're not at our best here, we're going to have problems. And I felt they had a great attitude all week in practice, getting ready for it. So it's a growing experience. It's only our second game, so we've got a lot to keep getting better at and growing. And that, to me, the best teams get better as they go through the year.
Oh, well, it's just a great feeling being out here, playing in front of all these fans, playing for my coaches and my teammates.
That's really the first opportunity he's got to, play in a game, but we see him do it every day in practice. So, it's nothing that surprised us the way he played, but for him to come out and play the way he did in his first game says a lot about him.
Coming out being a good team like that, they were a great team, just coming out and just competing with them at first, and they were just executing our offense, playing good defense, just executing everything that we went through in practice. It feels pretty good.
Yeah, everybody's coming together. We're meshing real well. Holding each other accountable, not just looking to the coaches when we mess up, but kind of looking to each other. And, we're coming together real well.
We came in at halftime, made a point of emphasis, come out strong in the second half, and if we do that, we'll win the game. So, we came out strong in the second half, offense and defense, and played a good second half.
Yeah, it was a bigger test for us, and, it's just the second game of the season. We got a long road ahead of us. We got a big test next week because, we
we got to play better on the road, I guess, we could say, because the losses we had last year were on the road. So, we're going to be focused this year and make sure we go out there and play just like we did out there on the road.
So 2 games into the season, OU's offense has scored 109 points and seems to be clicking on all cylinders. And it's a good thing, because up next is a trip to Washington and the first game against a Pac-10 team with Pac-10 referees since that debacle in Oregon 2 years ago. Reporting from Owen Field in Norman, Damon Fontenot, News OK TV.